As you can see here, I've got some empty space in my veggie garden, and now is the perfect time to be thinking about planting your winter or cool season crops. So I've got an assortment of things here. I've got some spinach, I've got some broccoli, even some broad beans, and now is the perfect time to get them in the ground. And there's one in particular in here that's quite fussy with its timing, and that is the brassicas. Brassicas are some of the most tasty vegetables that you can grow, and they do not require too much maintenance. But what they do require is good timing. If you plant them too early, they are likely to bolt. What is bolting? Well, essentially it's when a plant puts on a lot of vertical growth really quickly. It sets flowers and then it seeds. And if it does have a veggie somewhat formed, it can taste pretty bitter, so it's not ideal. And the way to avoid that is to get your timing right when you're planting them. So for any of your brassicas, any time from mid-March to April is perfect. But to ensure you get a good harvest, and this applies to any vegetable, the soil needs to be rich in humus and organic matter. There are several ways to improve your soil to make it more fertile. You can add aged bag compost to the soil, which works really well, or you can use something like this, which is a natural blend of organic minerals and nutrients, and it has fish meal, seaweed, organic blood and bone. It also has a little bit of chicken manure in there as well, and you can just apply it with a handful, throw it to the soil, and then blend that in. Over time, this will slowly release into the soil, encouraging microbial and earthworm activity. Even though you can use Yates Dynamic Lifter in the early stages of a new garden, it can also be applied to establish garden beds, fruit trees, and the veggie patch as an additional feed every 6 weeks during the growing season. This is one broccoli I love growing all the time, and it's the purple form, and it produces heaps of florets, so you get plenty out of it, and it grows to about 40 centimeters in height. And a fun fact is that this was first cultivated in Italy, and it was found in a seed catalogue in France as well. But if you do boil those florets, they do revert back to green, but they taste just as good fresh, so that's how I tend to eat them. I'll give these plants a good drink, which will help to wash the dynamic lifter into the soil. Also, adding a nice layer of mulch will help lock in that moisture and keep the soil warmer for longer with the cooler weather on its way.